the main engagers for LYON. For Sentinels, it's anyone with Orianna Ball flashing with the ult is kind of what they're going to have to do. But I would say just because of what Inspired did with that mid gank, though, trading flash for flash, because a lot of times, for instance, as they go in for really aggressive trade.
For the Rue here, it's going to land. In comes the shift from Berserker. He's looking to knock down Rahel. Rahel is just going to be gone. It's first blood there for Berserker, and now he flashes out, but he is killed off as well. That is the passive stacks. That is the lethal tempo stacks there on the Ezreal, who is so powerful in these early game fights.
What a 2v2 kill there by Berserker and Isles. Isles saw the angle, flashed in right away, and clearly Berserker was on the same page, and now a flashless Orianna.
Surprise, the knockup is there. Saint shifts on in, and Darkwings looks like he is going to fall. He is
second auto and accelerates his own gold.
This is one of these things people think about Ezreal as a weak early game champ. You know, you have to scale up. You have to get your
wave crash. He's in Mega, so it looks like Darkwings has to go back and catch his wave. Inspired's going to lose his Grump, but he's going to be up a Drake.
Yeah, and I mean, they have got to know what is going on because
so Inspired just based. He's moving up. And really nice job there by Dokla, keeping the minions away from the turret.
Yeah, they're going to go in, though. Dominus is going to be popped. There's the stun. Dokla hopping back, but can he get out to safety? No. Hambach pops the Crescent Guard and knocks him down with that Spear to the Heart.
Inspired might go for the kill.
Inspired in. Cataclysm is there. You are locked into the tower. Inspired uses that tower, but Dokla is prepping his Narbar as well. True Shot Barrage going to go wide. Hambach still working on this dragon. Looks like it might just be a flip here as this is getting incredibly low, and LYON decide, you know what? It's not worth the risk.
I imagine they'll wait for Dokla to finish this turret and maybe even teleport back. But he pops Mega.
Yeah, Impact's just running, though, so he could actually join the fight here. We'll see if Dokla does want to TP or if they're just going to decide to give this one up. LYON trying to posture pretty aggressively, but Darkwing's doing a good job zoning them out with the ball for now. And Impact is here first. Saint is on the side. Dragon will be given up, and Dokla just continues pushing. They know Impact roamed. He has no TP, so we're just going to keep farming gold here for the Gnar. This is similar to how they played yesterday.
LYON is very willing, much like the first Drake, much like yesterday, to trade gold for these objectives. Sentinels is dropping a turret and several waves top. They were dropping an entire wave bot, and now the bot turret in exchange for these Drakes. So now that next Drake will be like a 5,000 gold lead if LYON finally decides to fight.
I mean, yeah, they just knocked down the tower top. They farmed more plates, and that was the only place they had a gold lead was top, and now he's down 1K off of that move. So that is a lot of gold. Saint gets a big gold injection. He's on a quick 2-item power spike as he elects to go for the Rylai. So that is in for 2 items. Ezreal's already done 2 items. They get the mid lane tower as well. LYON are completely...
This is Soul Point.
Yeah, they're going to TP now. Dokla's coming in. The True Shot Barrage will tag Darkwings, and now a TP coming in as well from Impact. They're going to summon up the Battle Herald. We'll see how they can use this to start off the fight. Impact just charging up that Rage Bar as Inspired gets in the Herald, and here he comes. Is it going to be a car crash for Sentinels? They are running. He's knocking on multiple members. Starting out the fight as Hambach goes into backline onto Berserker. Crescent Guard is popped. Impact on the side, trying to get some action done here. The shockwave across 3 members. Isles is low, has to flash out. Hambach looking to threaten, going back in. Saint is stunned up, and he is shut down there by Rahel. What a shockwave from Darkwings over the wall. Gets multiple members and wins the fight almost single-handedly for Sentinels.
And it looks like Sentinels is going to be on Soul Point, and this is what we talked about. It was the best play available for Sentinels to give waves to...
Inspired has the carries pushed out. Let's kill the jungler, and then we'll get the dragon. And, well, Inspired didn't have them pushed out all by himself. He can't do that.
Finally got to push a wave by himself for kind of the first time ever. Saint and Dokla both in the same wave, so slight farm inefficiencies for LYON for the first time right here after that teamfight win by Sentinels.
I like the tech here for Rahel, going for some anti-shielding itemization as Dominus going to be popped here for Impact. Are they going to find the shockwave? They are. Dokla gets pulled back, and Dokla gets cut in half by the Croc with the help of the shockwave there. Nice roam from Darkwing.
So much range with the Azir and the Ezreal, which can typically keep lanes pushed. I mean, there's even a chance that if they have this bot and mid-wave pushed deep enough, that Sentinels doesn't even move in for this Drake, because previously LYON had been prioritizing gold and then needing to enter the Drake. But with the current state of the map, like, they're not allowing this space to be taken at all. So it's now Sentinels that has to walk in, and that's when LYON might go for a fight.
You can see Impact has moved early, already down towards mid lane, where Dokla As usual, just continuing to push. Berserker just shifts forward as Hombach is trying to wrap around on Saint. Will they go for him right here, right now? 4 members wrapping in on Saint. Saint is just going to shift back towards his tower and the TPing Dokla. Inspired is in the area, but LYON are still very sectioned off. Can Hombach find a fight? Dokla going to be looking for Huhi. Huhi without flash, as you said. He's going to be the first casualty in this fight. Impact popping the dominance, flashing in. They're going to try to turn this one around. Can they burst down Inspired? Cataclysm comes out, but he's knocked down during the flag and drag. Dokla on the side, dueling against Rahel, but Rahel is winning that one. Hombach goes back in with the Crescent Guard, but is pushed back by the Emperor's Divide. LYON continuing the fight as Berserker shifts forward. Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot connecting. Impact has to run. The shift is back up. Impact is low. He has got to get out of there.
But LYON has to keep fighting. They have no jungler, so if Sentinel was able to start the Dragon, they'd be able to win the Smite fight. It's just Impact is low, and Berserker is poking. Looking at Summoner spells, there's still flash on both LYON carries.
The True Shot Barrage just barely misses Impact, but his recall was stopped. Darkwings has TP'd back, rejoined the team. Dokla charging up the Narbar
LYON
now.
has to fight. They
but
can't let them hit
Sentinels,
this.
they're just giving it. Their jungler is dead. They don't feel they can get back in. Can Berserker have a miracle steal here? It is not looking likely. That is Soul for Sentinels. LYON controlling the game, it felt like, for 20 plus.
Overload there by Sentinels to not create good fight lines for LYON to start with, but it's when they get the...
We're back to live. Hui's in trouble. He's going to get knocked back by the Emperor's Divide, as is Hombach. Hombach pops the Crescent Guard, but it does absolutely nothing. Rahel on the run, but you got nowhere to go. It's a double for Berserker as he is going crazy. The knock-up from Inspired comes through. The tether root is there. Impact is going to fall as well. LYON may just end the game. Flag, drag, knock-up. The Zonias will only buy you some time, but it changes nothing at the end of the day. It's a quadra for Berserker, and LYON may have just won the game.
I think it's actually over. They find a pick in the jungle. 20 seconds on Hombach, 8 seconds on Huhi, but all 5 are alive for LYON, and that mid-wave could not get to the Nexus fast enough for LYON.
Isles trying to keep them away here at the Nexus, just zoning them back, but LYON are knocking down these towers, and LYON may have stumbled in the dragon fights, but in the end, it doesn't. Like you maybe get a lot of damage out and turn around and fight.
And I'm definitely going to trust Impact on whether or not it's a worthy Scion angle. I feel like the Scion into Ambessa and Yone is just going to give them
there is a potential angle here. Counter-Strike going forward from Impact is going to be able to find Dokla, but Hombach just kind of too far away, and now in comes Inspired as Sentinel's going to get the bad news here. Rahel on the run, the 4-shot comes through, and he just gets deleted there. Dokla dashed back into the brush right as it landed, flashing forward. Impact flashes back. The wave is in such a bad spot, though. Impact knows he's in trouble. Dokla's going to go for the kill, jumps forward, knocks him down. That's a solo.
That's you, Dokla.
Unfazed.
Huh?
He feels no frozen on you. If I die, I die. You just gotta.
But at least the wave isn't frozen.
But at least the wave isn't frozen. So I feel like Impact gonna want that one back. But hey, if you die, you die. And if Darkwing dies, well, you just die. There's not much you can do about that. The fate is sealed, goes wide, but
in any type of possibly losing situations, like whether it's his time on EG, his time on FlyQuest. Whenever I've seen him in NA, his teams will actually just let Dragon gank coming in the top lane.
Yeah, Hombach is going to be spotted. Will they be able to chase Dokla down? He has the flash, doesn't even need to use it, and now he's going to go back in. It's the combo onto Impact, and he falls.
For the Ambessa 600 gold lead for the Mao fight over the Wukong, who's yet to complete Trinity Force, but
the arrow connects. Can Darkwings knock him down? Unleashes the power onto Saint. Gets the kill thanks to the long-range arrow there from Rahel. Really well done by Sentinels to get one back.
Boys, those don't land often, but when they do, they almost always lead to kills. Saint does not flash that arrow either. Definitely had like a nice path over the Fog of War, so he didn't have great visibility on it. Crazy, Saint was amazing in the Fog of War game where you had to flash Nidalee Spears to beat all the other LCS pros. Couldn't flash the big Nidalee Spear there in the Mash Arrow.
The Dokla.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. Inspired is here again, and Impact is dead again. This is vulnerable to this as well. And in goes Dokla. He's going to look for him with the public execution, chasing after Darkwing. Gets a flash, but it doesn't even matter. It's a solo kill between the two towers at 12 minutes. And now in goes Hombach. He's going to get one back here, surely. Gets the shutdown there. That is nice, but on the other side, it's a big fight coming out, and is Rahel getting knocked down? It's LYON. What's brutal for Darkwings is the ultimate there from Dokla buffered. There's nothing you can really do there. The flash just means nothing. And LYON now going to be able to even up the Dragon score here. 3K is the advantage.
Zeke's and Protoplasm Harness at level 10. He won't. It takes so long to kill him, so he can ult pretty much anywhere he wants. And LYON's a minion. They see him now.
Dark Wings going to be able to land the scatter. The Encore comes through. He's charmed up on the other side. It is going to be Hambach on the run with the Cyclone trying to get out. They do get one kill. Now they go for the disengage. Now they're trying to find Inspired. He is very tanky, though, and he's just going to ult right back in onto the head of Hambach, and he is knocked down. Dark Wings, though, wants to try to find more. Won't approach because Dokla will just kill it, then kill you. Now he's going to try to walk up here, but Dokla is up 2 levels.
Back up, which it is, and he's looking for another play on. Look, a flashless Syndra with no turret.
No shot, unstoppable force, and he gets cut in half by Dokla.
No, why you TP, bro?
Oh, Shiba, you say you.
I asked if they have TP.
Ah, it's fine, guys.
They have TP, and he thought he was calling for a TP, so...
That's amazing.
Language. You got no tower, buddy. The fate is sealed, not going to find him. We'll see if he can actually get caught here by Isles. As a bit of a comedy of errors from LYON. They're just going to hang their heads in shame and back off. Dokla fighting on the bot side against Impact here. He wants to get another solo kill. Impact on the run. The Encore comes through as Inspired has to use the unstoppable force to safety. Dokla gets the solo. LYON retreat on the top side. Bit of a funny fight, but at the end of the day, it's Big Dokes coming out on top once again in the bot lane.
What a crazy sequence there. It doesn't matter when you have a 6,000 gold lead, you miss all their ultimates, but Big Dokes still has got your back, gets a solo kill in the bottom lane as Sentinels try to get a little bit mid lane with a mild numbers advantage.
Arrow. Nope, not to connect.
Inspired doesn't have ult, but wants to hold this turret as Doku's getting fed in this game.
He is miles ahead at this point. Darkwing's going to be... And if you always have to have 2 or 3 people on that side of the map, you're losing everything on the other side of the map. So you kind of get checkmated a little bit.
It's on the other side. If you're on their side, they'll freeze. And as long as they don't get picked off as level 16 Dokla, he can give a lot of experience to Huhi if he dies here.
He also might kill someone. We'll see if he's even going to die. It is a 3v1, but it is a scary one. The flash out from Huhi, but he is just getting chopped in half. In comes the arrow. In comes the Encore. He is locked down. He is knocked down. It's a big shutdown. Huhi limp. It is looking very, very tough there for Impact to be relevant this game, but he is at least going to knock down that tower, so gets a small injection of gold. They have Claude, if you remember back at Worlds, obviously he was doing the vlogs, but he was popping off in game 2. He was getting solo kills. He was looking so good as they're going to look for an arrow. Nice sidestep from Dokla. Sees it coming.
Now they can move down to make sure they secure it with the smite. Really interesting story, as you mentioned, with Dokla, because every team passed him over. A lot of them thought they had a better solution for these side lanes, but as the game shrinks, as the timer goes higher and higher and the objectives become more important, maybe they'll have a chance of finding the fight.
Fired is level 16 now, so very powerful unstoppable force on a very short cooldown. He's going to go immediately. Up comes the curtain call. All 3 members get tagged there, slowed up. Darkwings is going nowhere except back to the base. He is knocked down. That Syndra is gone, and they are heading to the Baron.
That Malphite is an absolute unit. He just ults in, and the only follow-up in range is a Jhin ult. And by the way, that's completely enough. Now 4v5, they need to zone out Hambach to secure this Baron.
Hambach's looking pretty zoned out, but they are going to teleport in Impact. Saint going over the wall. We'll see if he can find something. The arrow's going to connect on the side, but look at Dokla. Seraphine is gone in a hurry. Impact is not going to be able to do anything here at all. Dokla just fighting past Impact, looking for Hambach, trying to knock him down. Rahel, though, going to be able to knock down Dokla's Inspired, claims the Baron. Saint going to be able to push forward and get one more. LYON crushing this game, 13-5. They've got the Baron, 6.5k gold lead.
And so it's an easy kill.
Yep, the Zeke slow as well as the Malphite shard there. To about half HP. Darkwings knows he needs to get into the team, but Isles finds him, flash forward. There is the deadly flourish as well, rooting him up. He goes into stasis, but Dokla is stacked on top of him, and he is going to get knocked down. It's a killing spree there for Berserker. Rahel was peppering Inspired, but couldn't do any damage to him whatsoever, and it feels like the fight is already over. The soul is already given.
Looked like Rahel had a little pea shooter. He was trying to break either Inspired's rock solid shield or the Kanik shield, and he did neither. So I think that lowers their chances of winning, seeing that fight as well as the soul going over. It is looking very easy for the, but there's just no angle. Berserker's playing to the side very well.
And Inspired held his ult through that whole fight, so he still has it, right? And yeah, you can go for an engage here, but if you flash in, you're just getting ulted by Inspired. And he is just walking forward confidently, level 17 on the Malphite. Unstoppable Force ready to go. Hanbok still waiting in that brush. Gonna see if he can find a long distance flank here. Impact back to base, has the Seeker, so maybe they're gonna go for one more desperation play. But I think Inspired has sussed out where he is. He's looking for him with the sweeper, but stun comes in. The arrow connects as well. Great CC chain, but it's only onto Isles. They do knock down Isles, but will that even matter? The Seeker's gonna get used there by Impact, trying to buy some time. Doka looking to get on the run. Sentinels know they need advantages as well. It is rough, but at the very least, Sentinels do hold the base there. They get a kill. Yes, it's only on the support. And now Isles does have a Seekers on top of that Frozen Heart, so tons of CDR and a little bit of playmaking to boot.
Berserker, another solid game as well.
Good damage there from Berserker, and Saint goes over the wall now looking for him, but he's going to try to find an engage of his own. The Counter-Strike won't find anything from Impact as he arrives with a teleport. The question is, how do Sentinels get in? No one's actually walking forward. You're just kind of poking over the wall here, and slowly but surely, the Baron is getting lower and lower. Inspired can tank this thing forever.
Yeah, they're looking for a flank with Isles around the back.
Baited Seal coming out, the Cyclone as well. Isles goes over the wall, does find a nice engage here. The Curtain Call coming out, trying to take down Darkwings, but Rahel is blocking it, and Isles looks like he's gonna fall. The Baron is secured there, and now Impact is gonna fall as well. The Counter-Strike not gonna get much done. LYON get the Baron, get the fight, and surely now on their way to get the game.
Actually pretty close for Hanbok trying to get that steal. It ended up being Saint who gets it, probably with a Q. Again, though, Inspired holds his ult that entire time, never needs to burn it. Still pretty long death timers and a lot of waves that LYON can push all at once.
Inspired just walking past the tower, zoning them off. Dokla is pushing top, Saint is pushing bot, Berserker is pushing mid. They are going for all three waves here. Even if they don't destroy the Nexus, they are looking to deal game-ending damage, and they're looking for Darkwings here. He is rooted up. He can't even move. The slows are oppressive, and Saint knocks him down. He goes on a killing spree as well as the inhibitor in bot falls. The inhibitor in mid about to join it, and the one top is not long for this world.
Dude, 3 inhibitors is probably going to be the play. They'll probably stick around. It is going to be a 4v5, but it depends how safe they want to be. Elder is up in 30 seconds. Got to play low-risk League of Legends, Azael.
Yeah, they're looking for the guarantees.
Check all the boxes.
They don't want the 99%, they want 100. And they are going to be going back to base, spend up all that gold that they just got here, and look to seal the deal at Elder. Sentinels, it's going to be hard to even leave the base to get out and try to contest this, but you really have to take a swing. You've got to take a risk here. Maybe if you take Elder, you have some tiny snowball's chance.
They can't leave the base. There's teleport up for Doku, level 20 Ambessa will kill their Nexus if they leave. Or they'll just kill all the players right here.
Find him. There goes Inspired. Flash Unstoppable Force. The Curtain Call coming out once again. Sentinels on the run here. Will survive for now. But again, it's the base that's the problem. You called it out. Double supers in every lane. Darkwing's trying to clear this out, but Saint is going to be going for it, looking for it. The fate is sealed as Sentinels are no more. Saint flashing in onto Impact, going to be able to knock him down. Surely Rahel trying to get something done to the side. Takes a massive shot to the face from Berserker. Impact is down, the root is there. Darkwings is back, but not for long. Berserker survives, and Rahel does not. LYON marching on the Nexus.
5 for 0, 2-0 for LYON. Another gem by I feel like you need to start taking last pick as your choice against LYON. Yep. Or even blue side, because the camera angle is better, and then see if LYON actually wants to have last pick, because see him as soon as Inspired enters the river.
Oh, he has 6 now. This could be problematic. The needlework coming out. Flash forward immediately there from Dokla. Impact getting chased down. Is he going to flash? Holding on to it for now. Flash way too late, and flash into the needlework there. Impact changes. Darkwings unfortunately misses the stun. He did try to find that setup as now the needlework is back and you got no flash. This is problematic here for Impact. He is going to be ran down and he is going to be cut down. Impact healing up with the grass. Barely survives. Now the tower shot could mean something, but the Hallowed Mist is going to keep Dokla safe. Reveal him though, so now they know he's there. Inspired's going to come back. He's just walking right back, and Dokla's going to try to play dumb and say, oh, I don't know you're here, buddy. And then, surprise, Jace is around, and now you are in trouble. Shock Blast connects. Good cage from Impact. Impact, though, if you just spaced earlier, the wave wouldn't be that bad. Now it's like he's kind of jailed here, so Huhi is coming up to try to support because they know they need to get him this wave. Dokla is out of mana, so as long as Huhi can block the Shock Blast and prevent Inspired from getting in, he should be okay. Dokla does get a level up, staying around here. He's going to have the skip and slash. Nice buffer on the combo. Inspired in the area helps to push that in.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the Maiden is still alive is what's keeping Impact strong in this. If he would have died to that original gank, it would have been huge, but they're going for a fight in the bot lane.
Yeah, Hombach gonna get ultied up. He throws the Impale down on multiple members, though, but now he has to flash across the wall as Rahel was not in position to help him. Isles going in, he's trying to finish him off, but Isles, you got no damage, buddy. He's got to flash right back out, as now Isles is gonna fall. Isles went on a magical journey right back to the base.
Did not have the damage through that.
Is no joke. You can be farming plates very, very quickly as Dokla now going to be popping the Hallowed Mist, and Inspired is up here once again. The Needlework is back. The Shock Blast connect. Impact's on their own. Flashes early, but this time it doesn't even matter. Double flash in. Inspired and Dokla, this duo, man, they are on through side lanes and through, slowly bleeding you out, and they've shown that time and time again.
I'd say this is the most committed they've been, though. This is 2 Drakes given over to an early game Skarner here. Free farming to Heartsteel. They have the attack speed, Varus as well. So the bot side of the map, they actually have very little control. They got to make sure they don't...
for your early Drakes, unfortunately for them, but still is going to be an advantage nonetheless. And how Impact will be able to compete in this game is a big question, but a big CC chain coming in onto Isles. He tries to flash back, gets stunned again. Nice binding against the wall, and the Tempered Fate is going to be able to get out to safety, I think, here. Great sidestep. Rahel comes in and knocks him down with the Ghost. Nice moves from Isles to almost get out of there, but at the end of the day, it is the flash, it is the heal, it is the ult, and it is his death going over to the Varus.
And that's because they'd spent so much time around topside. Sentinels had so much control set up bot, he was trying to retake, and that's the danger that you run. Ooh, one Needlework connects there, but Berserker's actually ganking.
Berserker is on the hunt, and Impact has nowhere to go. Ganked by the Sivir. That's one you don't see every day.
Oh, that's amazing. While the play was happening, start farming the first strike gold, because currently Inspired only gained about 78 gold from that first strike, but I'd say the next EQ, the team fighting in the front line of the Sentinels team still looks strong. So that's where Sentinels needs to try and find a way to set up for this next Drake, but especially with the Gwen moving to the bottom lane, it's just
in
more
the team fights as a result. And we'll see if they're going to be ready for this next fight here. 20 seconds. If they can try to move to Soul Point, that would give them a pretty nice way in, as there's a Shock Blast landing onto Huhi. And Huhi is just pushing forward, trying to clear out vision, trying to set them up for success with this Dragon.
Yeah, and there's a lot of squishy players online, so if Huhi's able to get a good engage, they can go for it, but Gwen has actually base TP'd and has the flank.
And he has the Nashers, and Darkwing's just had to flash away from the Tempered Fate, and he is going to get the bad news. Can they CC chain him, though? He has the TP shield, so they don't want to use the Skarner Impale on him. They just have to run away. You don't want to fight into that teleport shield, and they have Impact pushing, so the call here is kind of the reverse of what they've been doing those previous games. Yeah. They're just going to try to trade for towers, but now Hui flashes in, but there's no damage there to follow it up. No one was in position. Hombach goes forward. There's the Ishal's impact into the double impale. Rahel trying to get the damage down, but the Hollow Mist is there, and now Hombach is using the Herald to try to get out of dodge. They're buying time for Impact, but at the end of the day, they spent a lot of summoners there. They don't get any kills. They do lose the Dragon. At the very least, they got some gold for Impact.
Impact is getting an entire turret for himself. That is pretty important for the overall game state. And it's LYON, I think, not wanting to give up Soul the way they did in game 1. So rather than really extend the gold lead, they do trade tempo. Can they get him, though? He's got flash.
Back probably overstayed. The Needlework is there. You're just getting chased down. You sacrifice the Dragon to give him all this gold, and then he overstays so long that they
It's really impressive. He did not have that awareness at the start of the split.
No, he was dying in a lot of silly situations, as Dokla has been pushing up on that top wave. They're going to TP in. They're going to try to look for Dokla here. A lot of members from Sentinels are already coming up, but Impact may have gone a little bit too early. Let's find out. The Needlework coming out. He's trying to finish him off, but he can't do it. Rahel over the wall, nails the chains of corruption, saves his top laner's life, and gets a kill.
And the assist is given to Impact, so no fear of the 0x0 game. But another big investment, so Saint's going to be able to hit this side wave, catch up on gold himself, and that's what LYON's game plan is going to continue to be. Still a very nice pick there on Dokla. When your most fed member like that falls, it really slingshots the game back. Look at this, we're only 3,000 gold difference with the Dragon advantage in the side of Sentinels.
Back fancies himself a fight, going to try to run him down. Doesn't have the cage to be able to interrupt. You can sometimes bump with the cage on the Realm Warp to actually cancel if you summon it right on them, where he can threaten maybe non-Gwen players.
I mean, it's a better problem solved than they had the last game.
Rahel will be able to lifesteal up somewhat off of this dragon. He's trying to do that now, but they want to push back in before he can heal back up. Huhi and Darkwings trying to control space on the side, but another Shock Blast does land there onto Darkwings. But they got the dragon, and now you don't need to force. You can just back it out with some of this damage already being thrown down onto Darkwings and Rahel. The carries are split now from that front line. I think Sentinels do kind of need to just back up and answer this wave. They are going to lose the Maiden, unfortunately, though, for Impact.
Yeah, but this is super winnable.
They really are. It's going to be very, very difficult to get past that Onivia. But if you ever get a moment where you can get past the Onivia, there is so much damage. And Isles now is out of the right spot, man. He's going to be able to flash over the wall. Looks like he can just walk out for now. Does throw down the Temper Fate, but the Chains of Corruption does connect as well onto Isles. And Isles will be going down, and it's Darkwings that claims it. Tries to use some fancy footwork to get out at the end of the day.
Dokla with Death Cap, but all the carries having flashes across the board for Sentinels means I think they kind of have a fight where they're able to kind of disengage the Gwen.
He did teleport up towards that top side, and Isles gonna have to take the magical journey back to safety as a result. They're gonna be realm morphing in onto Impact. Impact in some trouble, takes the Shock Blast. Saint gonna try to run him down, but Impact just cages him up and is backing off. Keep running, and he should be okay, but the Ghost is closing the gap. Sentinels are gonna try to start Baron on the other side. Now the Rune Prison comes back up, but the Maw Shield will keep him safe. Dokla has used the Hallowed Mist, now gonna get walled off there, has to use a Skip and Slash, but he's hit down to half HP. The Tempered Fate will buy some time, but Inspired is still pretty far away. He is running for it, though. Impact's going to teleport in to join. He has the ultimate back up. It is getting low. It looks like they're going to commit to it. Inspired is pretty low. They're going to try to finish. They do secure the Baron, but can they win the fight? The Unbreakable Will has been popped by Huhi as Isles is trying to go for it. Hit by the Chains of Corruption. The Hallowed Mist comes back up, and Sage is on a flank. Surprise from the bush there. Darkwings gets put low. Berserker is trying to hit, but he is knocked down. He's slowed up. Impact and Hombach are running him down. The Sivir is flashing for safety here, trying to survive. Inspired wants to stay around because they are so low on health, but all of Sentinel survives, and they get away with the Baron. It's an absolute heist.
And it's the team fighting organization that Sentinels have. Even if they're getting run around the map in the early game, they are coming together, and Sentinels is back.
The Golden Glue cams are always great, man. I'm telling you, just ignore the meta, pick Huhi and engage champ. Darkwings is gonna get Tempered Fate, but the damage onto Isles is massive. Isles will fall to Darkwings. Dokla's into the backline though. Rahel could be in some trouble. The CC thrown down onto Dokla. Dokla's gonna run. Hombach CCing them up on the other side. Satan is incredibly low, and Satan has fallen, but Dokla is going crazy. It's Dokla versus Impact. It's Hombach really low, and it's gonna be Darkwings egged up, and Dokla falling. Impact gets his revenge. LYON lose the fight, and Sentinels are running away with it.
I mean, they still have 4 people alive and a Baron buff.
Soul. Darkwings is playing these fights out so well. You know, he really is controlling space. There's basically no engage, and you're playing against an Onivia, and he is just doing it so well. He did lose his passive, but he didn't use the Zonias. He has that up end available here, and it is going to be Soul, and it's going to be an uncontested one. Inspired just now respawns. The gold is very, very close, but you have the Baron, you have the Soul. If Dokla is hitting, if Saint is hitting all at the same time, your team will get exploded. So that is what they have to watch out for. But Hombach covering them over the walls. They do.
I don't even think LYON's going to contest this. I think they're, well, okay, they're teleporting in.
So they're going to try to look for it here. Can they get past Darkwing? Saint already taking some damage to start the fight off. He just throws down the wall early. They're trying to rush this, but the Tempered Fate will buy a little bit of time. Ghost pop there by Saint. Inspired can't find an angle. He is very far away from this. They're going to look to finish, but if Darkwing's in trouble, he has to go into the stasis. I don't know if he has his passive back. Dokla trying to finish off Rahel. Dokla's getting into the back line. Darkwings is incredibly low, and he's put into the egg. Berserker is DPSing, and look at Inspired. He's behind Rahel. He knocks him back. Isles is going forward, but he is falling. Dokla is cutting through the team. Impact flashes out. He's still alive. Hombach, Huhi, and Impact make it happen. It's a quadra for the Skarner. Captain Flowers is popping off at home, and Sentinels may have finally secured a game.
Out of nowhere, the Skarner quadra kill. Unbelievable there by Sentinels, and you can see how hard the fights are for LYON. Even when they chunk out the Onivia and egg him early and Berserker flashes through to kill Rahel, it's still not enough. Big death timers there for Inspired and Saint still, and it looks like Sentinels is sending us to game 4.
Yeah, the Yorick is going to crush through these towers. Isles is back, but it's 10 seconds until anyone else is respawning. They're just going to ignore him. focusing down this towers. Sentinels will not get swept. They battle back here with such an impressive game. I think it's a bit more of a mix.
I mean, I still like Sentinels team fighting later on in this game. Even if Mundo gets super tanky, Trundle can ult him. If Rahel gets fed on Kai'Sa,
these Enchanter champions, and you're going to try to play engage into it, so you're kind of sacrificing that 2v2 more heavily. And of course, Kai'Sa not the strongest early laner either, so that is definitely a weakness there.
I mean, Inspired burned early Smite because he has the next one coming up in 15 seconds, but Hambach would actually be here to think about a steal. Inspired Smite still not up yet.
Rahel is pretty far, so it could be a hard fight to take, and Hambach taking a ton of damage as now Saint is coming in. Did he overextend? He goes for the Smite. He does not win the Smite fight, and now he's going to get knocked down. That's first blood. Huhi looking like he might fall as well. Saint flashed forward, got hit by the end of the crash down, so Saint flashed into that scene.
Yeah, I wanna fight. I wanna fight.
Okay.
Come Silas, Silas.
They're gonna fight, okay?
They're gonna fight.
Don't run, don't run. Come Silas.
I need a 6. I 6. I'm 6.
Yeah.
I'm going. Victor is here. Here, 6.
Focus him.
I Thunder.
Yeah.
I'm looking Thunder, guys. Look Thunder. Nice. I'm looking Thunder. Give me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't give you.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, really clear comms there. Honestly, from both sides. Hambach was clearly he
Souls are
wanted
going to be kind of off the table because Hextech is gone and Ocean is going to be gone, so we'll see what it is going to be. I will say Chemtech is a lot better this game, though, for LYON, and it is going to be Chemtech. So generally, you're pretty unhappy about that, but when you have Lulu, when you have Mundo, when you have the healing from Aatrox and from Silas and everything, it is more powerful than normal.
Yeah, not bad, absolutely. So, bit of an early swap by Sentinels as well before the lane quest had completed.
Double Arcane Storm coming out there as they trade the ultis as Saint goes in with the hijack, steals that away, but Darkwing's able to answer these trades pretty effectively. Huhi, though, flash forward with the Shattering Strike. In comes the damage from Hambach. The Ignite grabs the kill.
This doesn't look like a game that's going to break itself open early. More attention being sent towards Dokka. He does have flash, and he's got a lot of backup behind him.
Yeah, they're all coming in here. I think Sentinels have got to get out of there. Hambach has got to run. Flashes early, but is going to get knocked up in the wild growth there as well. Subjugate comes out. In goes Inspired, flashing over the wall. He gets pulled back. Hambach is going to fall. Sentinels bit off more than they can chew, and they pay for it as LYON does come in. But now in goes Darkwing. He just blast coned way too far. Immediately has to flash out to safety. The Arcane Storm was thrown down. Upfront burst is incredibly high if you can get access to these carries.
That's an amazing power spike for this third Drake. Sentinels might not want to give up Soul Point, but they might have to because this is the type of fight that can blow the game wide open for LYON.
Back to TPing down. Saint has just gone back to base, has a teleport of his own. Berserker pushing mid, so Sentinels do have inside track here, but now in comes LYON. The question is, can they get in? They are missing the flash on the Mundo. He's going to get pillared out. They do secure the Dragon here. Impact needs to run. He's just getting peppered away at by Berserker. They won't be able to find anything except some damage on the mid lane turret, so they deny some minions here, and they are going to get a plate or two mid lane, maybe even the whole tower. We'll see.
They might get the whole tower. Really interesting there. I feel like LYON didn't need to go push that mid wave. I know they've often traded turrets and gold, but
here comes the dive. Impact going to be setting it up. The World Ender pop there by Dokka, but there is just too much CC. No shot for Big Dokes. He is knocked down, and it's going to be a trade of towers there at the very least for Sentinels.
Yeah, that's a great sequence for Sentinels. It's a trade of turrets, it's a kill over to them, it's the Drake over to them, and that's all when Yunar is on one of the best spikes that she's going to find in this game before Rahel is able to complete his second item. They're even getting a bunch of damage down onto this tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, Rahel is sitting on 1,700 plus gold, so he has a lot of gold, and he's going to be able to get this tier 2 tower. He's going to be pretty damn near his full second item at this point. Of course, went for the tier 2 boots earlier, so that is why, even though the gold was close, the items looked so different, as Saint going to be pushing on that top side. So LYON just trying to play the map, but again, they don't have a lot of hard engage tools, and Sentinels was very successful with that. Saint has the stolen ultimate with the hijack. Can he get away with it? That is the question, because Huhi is coming up here. Impact's trying to stay ahead of him. Saint just going to pop the ulti and get out to safety. That first game, they did get Soul. It felt like the game stabilized, then they instantly lost. That is one, now that the games are getting a little bit closer, they're really going to be wanting back, as Darkwings will be able to knock this down. Going to TP down towards bot side to try to defend this tower, but he is very alone down here, so we'll see if LYON do want to come down. Dokka's just trying to force this tower down. Darkwings is clearing out the wave, but won't be able to do it in time. The tower does get traded. Huhi here to cover, so Dokka, if he gets spotted, is going to be potentially in trouble here. Inspired's in the area. Dokka has no ult, has the flash, but I don't even think it's worth using. The exhaust comes down. They're going to commit the Magnet Storm. He is out of there.
But I mean, look at the wave. It'll be really difficult for LYON to retake this space, but Berserker based with the home guards and made it all the way back, and they're moving in with Herald.
He is very far ahead of the rest of the team, though, and it's just going to get pillared, blocked out there by Hombach. Impact is on the side, but will be able to avoid the chain. Saint trying to create some space, steals away the subjugate. Will he go in? Inspired pushing forward. It's going to be secured, though, by Hombach. And Saint is getting focused down. Even with the subjugate, it doesn't matter at all who he goes in for the engage. Rahel flying into the backline, trying to take them down. Inspired falls. Isles is next. Rahel is on the hunt. Berserker is running, but he's got nowhere to go. It's a double for Rahel. It's Sentinels taking control of game number 4.
And that's the Drake and likely the Baron. No smite, no mid, no AD carry, and a fed Kaisa Victor for Sentinels.
Sentinels going over for the Baron here. It was all talk about LYON, about how good they had been about in the lower bracket, about if they were going to sweep this series, but Sentinels clawed it back from the brink of defeat early on in game 3. Now in game 4, looking like they are in full control. Isles is coming over here. Not going to be able to get it with the glitter lance. That is Baron. That is
the flash. Mundo. Yunara 볼 사람.
Right there. There's not the comms we saw from LYON earlier in the game. Sentinels is really in it right now, from 0-2 and a deficit in game 3 to 1-2, looking to force game 5 with Baron pushing mid.
This is a team it felt like everyone, myself included, was kind of writing off in this finals weekend. The expectation.
The Rel CC. Inspired likely could have pressed ult early, but he didn't want to be inefficient with it and ended up just dying. And look at this gold lead just kind of exploding here to being 4,000. And it feels like the scaling is on the side of Sentinels with their current power spike points, because Yunara was on 2 items like 2 Drakes ago, still feels like she's on 2 items.
It is, yeah. I mean, Yunara is going to have a lot of damage, but doesn't matter if you can't get access. You can't set the fights, and there's the dive coming in onto Berserker. Berserker's in trouble. Shattering Strike does connect. The Polymorph, though, buying some time, but it doesn't matter who he may fall. But Rahel has killed off your carry. Dokla trying to come in. Rahel looking to try to run out the side. Inspired arriving. Saint going to be TPing back into the team. The chain will pull back Rahel. He has got to get out of there. Saint is coming in, flashing forward. Abscond, abduct, 900 gold, shutdown. He wants more, but he will not be able to get it for now. Inspired, though, chasing in behind them. Can they wrap around and get even more here? Sentinels have got to try to fight their way out. Impact moving through Inspired, but he is constantly getting slowed. He is going to be going down. He's got to just accept it. Darkwings will make it out, but it is a couple kills there for LYON as an aggressive dive from Sentinels does get a bit punished.
Yep, Hombach made a business decision there, throws down the pillar, says, farewell, Impact. I do not want to die as well. Really important. Just the ability to proc that passive over and over again onto Inspired, who's going to be hitting level 16 on Mundo. You're going to need a lot of damage to kill him if he's able to get a good ult off in team fights.
And they're going to have a lot of damage with Subjugate, with that damage coming through from him, from the Victor. They don't have any consistent heal cut, really, so yeah, there's a Bramble, but Mundo's not going to be autoing the Scion, so you are kind of reliant on the Ignite spellbook that they do have right now for Huhi, so that is big for one fight.
Yeah. And
they're just going to give this one up. LYON not going to be looking to fight it, going to look to try to maybe get towards Infinity Edge for Berserker, hope that they can do that in the next 5-6 minutes, and maybe look to fight another day.
Berserker has carried many games like this, from even gold. If he's the one that's fed, he can make it happen. But Rahel's Kaisa just has more gold, right? There's going to be a lot. Then Combach, just puts the ward, forcing LYON to come in.
Yeah, Doko's going to be spotted on the side. Impact trying to zone out Berserker, who is getting some damage out, but Hombach is just forcing down this Baron. Inspired's going to get pillared out. Will he try to flash in and steal this? He's sitting at the wall, can't actually get in to do it, and still the Scion has not been hurt at all. Darkwing's pushing forward. Inspired trying to get something done, but he is being crushed right now by Rahel. Hombach, though, being focused down by Berserker. Flashed in from Hui, but it's a flash out from Berserker. The Shattering Strike does land, but I don't know if it matters. The Killer Instinct from Rahel is just used to run, but Darkwing's now going to be arriving on the side with the Arcane Storm. Impact incredibly low, but still damn tanky. Saint goes forward with the Abscond Abduct. He wants more, but can he get it? The Baron has been taken, but will they lose the kill? Saint goes into the stasis now under the tower. They're going to look to try to finish him off, but he retreats back. He survives for now. The Lulu shields and the peel.
As Rahel pushed that bottom wave, but that's Berserker now with Infinity Edge trying to take LYON over the line in this series.
Berserker looking damn good in that fight. As you said, has the IE. That is a big spike here. See that Sorcery Elixir in the pocket for Rahel, but Rahel in a lot of trouble. He's going to get CC'd up and knocked down. He is dead, and that could be a disaster. Sentinels need to run here. Impact has arrived, but Hombach has got to get out of there. Berserker and Inspired trying to chase him down. The Mega Blast Cone will keep him safe. A minute on this dragon spawn. Darkwings is going to TP out, but I don't think Huhi is going to be so lucky. And if Huhi dies, they can just delay the death. They can just stop him from recalling. Just delay the death, make it so he's not going to be there. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Don't burst him down. Wait as long as you possibly can and make it so he won't be alive for the dragon. That could secure them the next dragon. That is a massive pick onto Rahel. Huhi can do nothing. That's what they're doing, playing for the timers.
Yep, lots of gold injection, but more importantly, will likely deny that soul.
Melee range on you, and then knocked up by the wild growth. The CC was enough to be able to burst him down. He couldn't get the killer instinct off, didn't use the flash.
Yeah, as much as Yunara Lulu is good, don't sleep on Lulu Mundo. That very big Mundo goes really fast towards you, and he's going to chunk you
If they
down.
can do it. A lot of tools used, though, on a Berserker. Down about half HP. He did transcend oneself, so use the ultimate, and he's going to have to run back to base to heal. Sentinels now pushing into the base, still feeling confident here. How far will they go? They get the mid lane inhib. Now, a little bit of split calls, it felt like there, as some were walking back towards mid, the others going up towards topside to try to finish off the second inhibitor.
I mean, what a weird game. They just brute force their way in, 5v5, and clear 2 inhibitors. That's going to
Look at Saint.
jail
He can
line
use
in
the
their
blast
base.
cone. He can use the blast cone with the stolen ultimate, but it's going to have to be used for a retreat here. Dokla popping the World Ender, going to get CC'd up. Hombach needs to run as he's getting hit over the wall. Hombach is going to be back down to half HP, still has the subjugate. Sentinels retreating here. They're slowly getting whittled down. They got to use the blast cone. Someone hit it by accident, I think. They're going to try to turn on to Inspire, but they're in a lot of trouble. Saint's in the middle of the whole team. Rahel trying to survive. Into the stasis goes Saint. Saint, though, going to be knocked down. Darkwing does kill him off. Impact flashes out. Huhi flashes forward, but he's going to be knocked down by Berserker. Berserker is untouched, and LYON is going to want more here.
It's kind of a cool
Jack,
pick.
arrest somebody.
I mean, if it's a
Who did
carry down there, was it intentional?
I think it
might
was
have been
Rahel.
intentional.
Wait,
said-
Impact. Impact.
I mean-
Impact is guilty.
He's an engaged...
Arrest that man.
He's an engaged champ at heart, man. He just saw the angle. They technically got the kill off of it.
Technically.
If Huhi doesn't re-engage, it ends up being a 1 for 0.
And they did get the flash with that re-engage as well. Berserker so quick on the flashes there. Definitely think that was a clear accident.
Because they're down, they've downed 2 of LYON's inhibitors. There's someone that has to clear that top wave, which is Saint, and Sentinels is getting that Baron very low.
Inspired trying to walk in, but he's just getting rocked right now by Darkwings. Has to pop the max dosage in the midst of those 3 members. There's still eyes on the Baron trying to finish it off. Saint's going to go into the middle of the whole team. He's in onto Hombach. The fight is on the other side. Berserker's in trouble. Berserker has no flash, and Berserker is gone. Impact pushing forward. Rahel's going to be killed off as well. It's up to Darkwings. Darkwings is the only damage they have remaining. The max dosage has expired. Hui's going to fall. Impact's in trouble on the side. He's got to try to run. Hombach throws down the pillar to try to peel for him, but it won't be enough, but their base is dying at the same time. They get another kill there. It is not even the Baron because they peeled off it, so it's just the one fight there from LYON.
I think they peeled off of it too early, and this could probably lead to a LYON Baron regardless. They are down 1 Nexus turret. That Baron was very low when Impact and Huhi saw the angle onto Berserker. Clearly their plan was to bait and one-shot Berserker, but the sustain of the Aatrox Silas Mundo, if Rahel goes down, Sentinels just does not have enough damage to take them, and now these death timers are so long, it's probably going to be a Baron for LYON, and they might even be able to move down towards the Soul with this Baron buff. This game is crazy, Azale.
It really is, and I feel like had Rahel stayed on the Baron for 1 or 2 more seconds.
Like, literally 1 more second.
I
The
think
Baron
1 more
was free.
second. I think it would have been theirs, guaranteed, and then they could have tried to take the fight or disengage from it. But, you know, they flashed over. Will he engage onto Saint? Has the blast cone, could look for an angle, but used it to rejoin the team as Darkwings and Impact are getting poked down. They're losing this poke battle for now. Saint tried to flash over the wall. Looked like he flashed into the wall there, and now the fight breaks out. Dokla's in the back line. Dokla's knocked down. Saint could be in some trouble. The Chem Soul was taken, though, by LYON. It's up to Rahel. It's LYON piling through. It's Berserker in the midst of everyone gonna get stunned, but Berserker stands. Berserker fires. Berserker wins, and LYON have taken the series. They've knocked down Sentinels. They've claimed the Soul. And in a hard-fought 4-game series where you thought maybe, just maybe, Sentinels could have pulled it back, LYON make it happen.
That's just a bit of team fight practice for LYON as they prepare to face C9 in the finals.
LYON marching on the Nexus. It's going to be a 3-1. It's going to be 9-2 run in the lower bracket to make it all the way to C9 to try to go to first stand.